Hey there. Over the weekend, something really sad and kind of traumatic happened. We had a fire in our chicken coop that burned down the garage as well. And we lost our chickens. We lost everything in the garage, which was sad, but it was nothing compared to losing the life of the animals that had become our friends. And I had to take a few days to just process what had happened, but I still do want to remain consistent with posting on YouTube. So I'm just gonna do a short, tiny little video this week to remind myself and anyone watching to never take for granted anything in your life, because you really never know when it could be gone, when you could lose someone or something to injury, illness, or accidents or natural disasters. I just think it's important to remember those things and to be extra grateful for what you do have in your life. Every breath you take is a blessing. Every moment you get to spend with a loved one is a gift. And even the mundane, like cleaning your room or going to work, all the little interactions you have throughout the day, there is so much to be grateful for in every moment. And I think that I forget that sometimes. Moments like this where disaster strikes, it does connect me closer to that truth that every moment, every breath, every interaction is a blessing. And that's essentially what I wanted to make this video about. Just saying that. That's all I got today. And I just wanted to take a moment to honor the lives of our little chicken friends and reflect on the fact that even though the garage burned down and we lost so much stuff, thousands of dollars worth of stuff just gone, but that felt like nothing compared to A, losing the lives of our beloved animals, the chickens, and B, if God forbid something worse would have happened and it would have burned down the house and hurt anyone. Anyway, I'm getting a phone call. I think that's my cue to go. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I will see you next week. Mwah. And even just in the tiny time between the tragedy and the grief of losing the chickens and the garage, and today, when I'm filming and editing this video, there have been so many things to be grateful for. A beautiful sunset, a beautiful sunrise, the opportunity to move my body, laughing with my friends and family, spending time with my mom frosting Christmas cookies. I mean, just so many things. And how many of these things did I take for granted? Do I take for granted just on a regular basis? Is it possible to have all of these things that we're grateful for in human experience without also having death, destruction, and grief? I don't know. I don't think it is. And I think that's why it's important we remember, like the Stoics said, memento mori, and the Buddhists, remember that you and everyone you know and love will die. And we're all of the nature to have ill health and get old and eventually die. So I do think there's something to be said for keeping that in mind and helping to sink into gratitude for every breath, every moment of existence while we have it. Kimball Walker put it really well. He's one of my favorite YouTube creators, and he wrote this book called Doom and Bloom. And to illustrate this concept of needing both the life, the gratitude, the love, and the death, the destruction, the doom, he writes about something from the early 2000s called Le Snack. Le Snack is an Australian lunchbox staple. Snack, as the name suggests. Unburdened by health star ratings, Le Snack gives you 3 crackers and a small plastic compartment full of liquid cheese in which to dip them. Individually, neither component was much of a snack at all. The crackers were dry and the cheese was questionable, but together, the legacy of Le Snack was forged with the tagline, "You can't have one without the other." Life is a dry cracker, and death is a questionable cheese dip, unpalatable apart and dull in isolation, yet somehow perfect when combined. This might help explain why so many cultures use contemplating death as a vehicle for appreciating life. Wow. Who knew that cheese and crackers could be so deep? In the words of Albert Camus, come to terms with death. Thereafter, anything is possible. And in the words of Le Snack, you can't have one without le other. Give your animal companions a little extra hug for me tonight. And for our chickens too. May they rest in peace. That's all I got for today. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next week.